Thank y'all for joining me. Today's a big day. Um, you're here on a release day. Um, that's pretty awesome. It's an amazing day. Something you work so hard for. You finally get the hard copy in your hand. And check out this amazing cover. A lot of people have asked me how we settled on this cover, and it's a good question. This book was gonna have pictures in it, and my editor and their amazing wisdom said that we had done a great job writing the book, and so the imagery was not needed because of this. We painted the picture with the book, but one of the pictures we were going to do was this picture, and they said, "Would you like this on your cover?" And I just love the innocence. Um, I love the belief in the future, the aspiration, the hopes and dreams of this image in this picture. I like the fact that little black boys will be able to pick this book up and see themselves. It's pure, it's innocent, and so that's why I'm very appreciative. And so, welcome. It's 12 o'clock, so welcome to my live signing of my Vanishing Country. Here, I'm going to sign some books and answer your questions. If you have any questions you want to ask or you want to purchase an autographed copy, please go to premiercollectibles.com. I put the link up there. And I'm grateful for all of you all coming out today. The first question is, as I sign these books, is from Dave in Temecula, California. Did I pronounce that right, Dave? I hope so. My question is, would you sign my copy of your book? I am signing it now, Dave. I wish you the best on your new book, and give those twins. I'm thinking Dave saying huge hug, and so I will give my twins a huge hug. We give them a bunch of love over here in this house all the time. And so I'm thankful that all of you all have purchased this book, and I'm thankful that all of you all will be reading this book. Somebody asked, Kathleen from Aloha, Oregon. Oh my goodness, I have a friend in Oregon, Tobias Reed. He is the treasurer for the great state of Oregon. And Kathleen asked a very simple but complicated answer. She said, "Will things ever get better?" Kathleen, the answer to your question is yes. I firmly believe things will get better. I will refuse to allow anyone to take away my hope and my faith. My goal, as you'll read, I challenge all of you guys to read the acknowledgments first in this book. But I have to work hard so that things will get better, and I'm hopeful that things will get better because we have to, for this next generation who look at us with such endearing eyes, and we have to make it better for them. And so the answer to your question is yes, things will get better. I know this isn't a question yet, but I know a lot of people are asking, especially during quarantine, what can we do? And I always tell people, man, you have to come out of quarantine mentally, physically, and spiritually and emotionally healthier than when you went in. And so there are a bunch of y'all watching right now. And I just want you to know that people are like, I've always wanted to write. I've always had this project and I want to do it. I want to write. But now you don't have an excuse that you don't have time. You have a bunch of time. And so spend 15 minutes a day writing. That's all you have to do. Spend 15 minutes a day writing. And some days will be longer, of course, but at least sit down in silence writing for 15 minutes. And I guarantee you'll be surprised by how far you're able to get in your writing process. And yes, you have writer's block. Use your voice memo notes on your phone. Use your notes. Send emails to yourself. Do all of those things. And so that's my kind of tip today for even people that didn't ask. Thank you, Kathleen, for asking, will things ever get better? And thank you, Dave from Temecula, California, for just the well wishes to my twins. Mark from Cortland, Illinois said, do you ever think you will run for public office again? Hell yeah, Mark. I'm calling on you. $5 donations. I don't know when that'll be, maybe 2022, maybe further down the line. I want to run for the United States Congress. That those things may change, but that's my goal right now. Um, and so I'm hopeful. But yes, I will be in service again, and we will figure out when that time comes. Politics is about opportunities and taking advantage of those opportunities. And so I will do my very best to be prepared when that opportunity presents itself. So yes, I will be running for office again. Thanks, Mark, for your question. Susan from San Bruno, California. Shout out to all my friends in California. Thank y'all for purchasing this book. When Trump loses in November, I love that. Speak that into existence. I was on Sirius XM this morning, and I made the comment that Sadie and Stokely have only been here for 16 months, and they do not deserve to live in a world where Donald Trump is president of the United States. And so we're going to do everything we can to make sure that happens. So when Trump loses in November and is brought to justice, do you believe he should be pardoned? Well, that's a good question. That's a really good question. I think that we should allow the process to play out. I'm with Joe Biden on this answer. Won't issue any pardons, wouldn't issue any pardons, but would also let the process play out and wouldn't ask for investigations into my rivals. We would let the individuals who are at the Department of Justice do their work. Wouldn't that be refreshing? Letting justice play out, letting those individuals who actually know what they're doing distribute justice in this country instead of it coming from either the White House or friends of the White House or children of the White House. So that's what I would say on that answer. So no pardons, but no interference. Not asking for an investigation, but also not stopping one. Just letting the Department of Justice do what they feel is best. So many of y'all are pouring out. Thank you so much. I'm over here watching Sean Murray from Denmark, South Carolina. What's happening, homie? Sean is one of the best landscapers in Bamberg County. I got to give him a shout out. So if y'all need it, if you're in Bamberg, Barnwell, Orangeburg County, reach out to Sean Murray, DM him. Let's get Sean some business. Terry David, all the work you do with nonprofits here in North Carolina. I'm so grateful for you. So Mary Rita Walsh Watson asked, the title seems to have a negative connotation, but you are generally a positive person. Could you explain your title? So my Vanishing Country is a couple of things. Growing up in the poor rural South, in Denmark, where we had 3 stoplights and a blinking light, we would always have a flourishing downtown. Our economy was bubbling. There was upward mobility for people of color. You had florist shops, record stores. You had the Chinese food restaurant. You had a theater, five and dime store, appliance store, furniture store, etc. But now, not just where I'm from, but in rural counties and rural communities throughout the country, that those images are vanishing right before your eyes. And so that's one. But two, on a larger level, the promises that we believe this country should hold for us, the promises of not just life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, but the promises of words like peace and love and truth and justice and those ideals are now fleeting, and they're not attainable for everyone. And so, yes, my Vanishing Country is not a negative connotation, but it's real. It's my truth. It's the way that I see the world today. And it's a challenge because I love this country dearly. And so it's a challenge that I would appreciate this country having a more perfect union and pushing it to be a more perfect union. So that's the meaning of my Vanishing Country. And we give a lot of meaning to the word country because I'm a country boy. And so, it's okay to be country. We let people know that. And we give a lot of pride to the word country. So that's what that means. Ray Bolden, watching with my mom, Karen from Memphis. She watches you and knows your parents. Yeah, my mom, Orange Mound, baby. Throw it up. Shout out to my mom. I don't know if she's watching. If somebody's in my mom's neighborhood, help her get on Facebook Live so she can see her son. My granddad, who I write about a little bit in this book, was pastor of Olivet Baptist in Memphis. We call it Funky Town. My cousin, Ryan, is a producer out there, Grammy Award-winning producer. My Uncle Wilford is a great jazz musician. We love Memphis so much. It's a great city, so much culture. She wants to know about the twins. Do not tell your mama, don't ask about the twins. Because if you say something, they're gonna wake up. And if they wake up, then your mama gonna have to come sit with them while I finish the rest of this. And you got to play man-to-man defense on these twins because they are everywhere. Darian, thank you so much for purchasing the book. Renee, thank you for purchasing the book. Latricia, thank you so much. Angie, thank you so much. Anthony Odom, what's up, Boss Hog? What's going on, brother? Anthony Odom, there's a lot of love coming in from Denmark. We write a lot about Denmark in this book, man. Anthony was there when we used to. I ain't gonna tell too much, but we used to break into the gyms at Voorhees and Denmark Tech to play basketball and shoot hoops, man. And so he knows those stories with Howard and Hank Draper and Rashad Brent and Troy Washington and all of those guys, man. And so on Sundays, man, thank you so much for showing up and being a part of my upbringing. Kenneth McClary, you purchased your book. You can get an autographed copy right here, Premier Collectibles. I'll also see you, Kenneth, on the street, so we take care of that. Kendra Hamilton, you look so different. You saying you misspelled handsome, Kendra? You look so handsome, I think is the words you were going with. I'm going with this Teddy Pendergrass, Marvin Gaye, Denzel-ish look. And so Tremaine, who's my barber, is probably watching, and give a shout out to Tremaine because he's gonna have a lot of work to do because I need to see him soon. Flora Ritter, oh, you were born in Denmark, South Carolina. Well, welcome home, girl. Darian Priester, proud of you. I am a product of Denmark, South Carolina. We're sharing this story with the world. The world now gets to know the beauty of Denmark and everything we've come to love. Ann Davis, thank you so much for believing I have an important story to tell. My Vanishing Country is my truth, and I'm really grateful for that. Let's see. Terry from Shreveport, Louisiana. Will you ever run for the United States Senate or Congress? Will you accept a position in the Biden White House? The first question is easy to answer. I'm probably not going to run for the United States Senate. I'm actually pulling for people like Jamie Harrison, who's running against Lindsey Graham. Go see Jamie Harrison. Check out his page. Share it. Contribute $5, $10 if you can. We gotta beat Lindsey Graham. And so I am a big Jamie fan and hopeful he wins. I do want to run for the United States Congress one day. For the 6th congressional seat, which is currently held by Jim Clyburn, who I write about a lot in My Vanishing Country. So we will see how that works out and the timing of that. Will I accept a position in the Biden White House? The answer to that is I am not sure, but you got to talk to Ellen about that more so than you got to talk to Bakari about that one. Christopher from Los Angeles asked a very similar question. Would I be going in the Obama White House? First, this is presumptuous. We got to get Joe Biden over the hump, and we got to make sure that he's the next president of the United States. If there was a position where I could serve my country and give my wife and children new experiences, and continue to grow as a family, yes, but at the end of the day, my wife would have veto authority over any of those moves and any type of Biden offering. I want y'all to see that I'm actually autographing these books right here. So, let me read, since y'all here, let me read you guys. You get to write these in your book. You get to pull different quotes that go at the beginning of your book. And so one of my favorite quotes I put, you guys know this, but God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who has brought us thus far on the way, thou who has by thy might led us into the fight, keep us forever in the path, we pray. From Lift Every Voice and Sing by James Weldon Johnson. So as you're reading this, read the acknowledgments first, and then read that, and it gets your mind right, fills your spirit up, gets your mind right, and it allows you to kind of flow into the book. Linda Foley Norris, thank you for the inspiration. And yes, run. I bought 2 copies. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We'll take care of getting them signed. We'll do our best for that. What book titles have I been reading during quarantine? I've been reading Healing Politics by Abdullah Saeed. Don Winslow has a new book. 50 Cent has a great book. I've been listening to 50 Cent's book. It's an amazing, amazing book. By 50, we're label mates, we're record mates. So I told 50 I was gonna plug his book if he puts me on his next album. I'm working on my bars. I told 50 I don't like Ja Rule either, so we're bonding. I'm working on my album next. But no, 50's book is great. And my good friend Anthony Hamilton, his book is somewhere around here. Oh yeah, cornbread fish and collard greens, and what I'm reading. And what you're going to be reading is an autographed copy of My Vanishing Country, because you're going to click on the link up there and tell all your friends to click on the link, and we're going to have a ball. And I want to hear your true opinions. You know, I want this book to start a conversation. People ask me all the time, what do you want from this book? And I think truly that people of color who read this book will have a sense of pride. People from the South and rural America will have a sense of pride. White folk who read this book, I think, will get a sense of understanding for what it means to be Black in this country. And I think together we can have conversations that center on compassion and empathy, conversations that are necessary. And so that's my goal. I want to have healthy conversations to bring this country together. We'll see if that's possible. I always have big dreams. And I am having big dreams about this book and everything that's possible. Let's see what else we got. Glenn, Glenn is my partner. Shout out Glenn. Oh, let me do one special. It's 12:15. I want to make sure that I have a very special request from Patrick Connolly. Patrick Connolly, a few days back, he wanted an autographed copy of the book for his boyfriend. And so he reached out to me on Instagram, and I told Patrick, and I think maybe Clifford Hobbs is watching. If Patrick and Clifford are watching, I want to say a very special happy birthday to you, Clifford. He says it's 40, but you look 30, which is a compliment. But I wish you both a very special happy birthday and special day. And Clifford, I want you to know that you have a boyfriend that truly loves you. And love is something that you need to hold on to and cherish. And relationships are hard. And my wife passes me books. But you work at things that you want to do well and you want to accomplish and you want to have in your life. And so just keep working extremely hard. Happy birthday. Salute. My hat is off to both of you guys. Glenn, my partner from Morehouse College. Shout out to everybody at Morehouse. I got a chapter in here about Morehouse. Yes, I do, for sure. School Days, Chapter 3, The Making of a Morehouse Man. Glenn, you got to check that out. And Glenn is in Durham, North Carolina. You didn't even know this, sweetheart, but Glenn used to send me messages on Facebook all the time while we weren't far away. He and his family would check on Sadie all the time and pray for Sadie while she was getting her liver transplant. So shout out to Glenn. He asked, how has fatherhood informed your political perspectives and personal goals? So fatherhood has definitely informed my personal goals by making them more simple. I tell people often that my dream is simply for my children to be free. I want Sadie and Stokely and Kai to have and be able to attain all of the trappings this country has to offer, regardless of what they look like, regardless of who they love or who they pray to. I want them to be able to get the benefit of their humanity. I want them to be afforded compassion. And so I'm working extremely hard to reach that very difficult but simplistic goal. Fatherhood informed my political perspective. I've always thought that I was a part of something larger than myself. And being a father is my second greatest achievement, I guess. Being a husband is first. Not just saying that because my wife is sitting beside me, although she is sitting beside me. She's my assistant, and she says she has quarantine here and stuff, so she ain't gonna be on TV, on Facebook with us. But being a husband is my the thing I work on the most, and it informs my politics a lot. And I think that you have to have a healthy partnership as husband and wife to make sure that you afford your children the most and best opportunities. And I don't always get the husband part right. I don't think any of us do. And we all make mistakes. And trust me, during quarantine, your wives will tell you about all the mistakes you've made over all the years you've been married. But work at it, and that way you can become a better father. And so that's my goal. Let's see. Almost messed something up there. The Mound, definitely. I'm glad you're, Ray, I'm glad she's smiling. My family was one of the many prosperous black families in Abbeville before and during the time of October lynching of Mr. Anthony Crawford. Oh, yeah. My family's from Abbeville, too. We probably, the Bartholomew's, I don't know them, but if you tell me who the rest of your people are, who your people, we'll talk about that, who you can, in the book. We will, my grandma, my dad's mom, the Taggarts, are on that side. My son's middle name is Taggart, Stokely Taggart. So we might be kin. My book comes today. Eileen Kroll. What's up, Eileen? Your book comes today. I want you to tell me about it. First, everybody, when you get your book, take a picture. Put it on Facebook. Send me a message. Tag me. Put it on Facebook because I want to be able to properly thank you guys. This link that you see up here is going to be working for a long time. And so not just today, but if you need an autographed copy, please go to this link above me. Carl, thank you so much for saying congratulations. This was a labor of love. Edward Parker, congratulations on your book. Hopefully, oh my goodness, boy, I know who you are, Edward Parker. Hope we can link up again when Las Vegas opens up. Stay safe, amigo. And we're just going to leave it at that. We're going to leave it at that. It's good to see you. Lindsey Graham must be defeated. Congrats. Thank you, Barbara Cook. Derek Cash. My partner, Derek Cash, was a hell of a basketball player. Derek Cash ended up in school. We used to all love Carmen. Derek ended up marrying one of the most beautiful girls that ever went to Spelman College, man. Great hooper. And Derek, actually, we showed up at the AUC, not just the Morehouse, but the AUC talent show. And Derek rapped, man. I think he got second, third place, man. Awesome. So shout out to Derek Cash. Audiobook is available. And I narrated it on my own, but I want y'all to get this autographed copy, this autographed hard copy, because it's nothing like turning the pages, man. Nothing like turning the pages. Let's get some more questions in. Do you think this country can heal from the past few years? I definitely believe that. This is Suzette from Dallas. I definitely believe this country can heal. But you know what it takes, Suzette? We have to be intentional and purposeful. It takes good people like us coming together to heal this country. This won't be done if we just believe in what's happening in Washington, D.C., because they may never get it right. But, Suzette, I do believe that together, with understanding, compassion, empathy, we can get this thing done. And so I'm a firm believer that yes. What are my future political aspirations? That's a good question, man. I know I want to run for Congress. I know I want to be active, but those things, you got to be prepared for opportunity. I don't know what the future may hold. This is Dexter asking me. Where's Dexter from? Dexter's from Baden. Is it Baden? B-A-D-I-N? Baden? Oh, she just pulled her hair back so she could lean in. Did y'all see that? She pulled her hair back so she could lean into the screen. She got on her workout shirt that says Gym and Tonic. Look at that. Baden, North Carolina. What are my future political aspirations from Dexter? Political aspirations. I mean, you know what? I'm going to just share with you all this. I want this book to be a New York Times bestseller. That's my future aspiration. Why do I want it to be a bestseller? Because, Dexter, you didn't ask this question, but I'll tell you, I got turned down nearly 30 times from publishers about writing this book because I wanted to write a political book. And nobody wanted to publish a political book from my perspective, whatever that means. They said nobody would buy it. But Tracy Sherrod, she set me down in Smith's restaurant in New York City. And we had a conversation. I told her my story. She said, you got to come, and you got to come tell your story to Judith Kerr and Patrick Bass, all at Amistad. And I did. And when I told my story, they said, you got to write a memoir. I said, I'm 32, 33. They said, you got to write a memoir. And I wrote it. And the reason I want this book to do so well is because, not so I can put it in my Twitter bio, although it will go there, but not so I can put it in my Twitter bio or Facebook bio. I wanted to do well so that they will give opportunities to other young people, other people of color, other people who are telling these stories about the rural South and the poor South. And so please buy this book, the hard copy, buy this autographed copy. And please buy some for your friends. We're doing this grassroots style. That's the only way I know how to do it, grassroots style. So thank you, Dexter, for that. Oh man, Jenny from Orlando, Florida. What teachers impacted you most? Shirley Archery. Shirley Archery was a bad woman. I love Miss Archery. Oh my goodness. Shirley Archery at Felton Laboratory School. Miss Terry Carter at Felton Laboratory School. Miss Samuels. I write about this in the book. Many people don't know this. I went to kindergarten for a semester. After Christmas, I went to first grade, and the next year I went to third grade. So I skipped 2 halves and a whole. And so there were a lot of teachers along the way. Mr. Robinson, Miss Ravenel, Coach Martin, Miss Harrell at Orangewood Wilkinson High School, Coach Barron, Coach Saxton. The list goes on. Coach Norman, may he rest in peace. Dr. Barksdale at Morehouse. I may be forgetting some, but I was fortunate enough to have a lot of teachers in my life who looked like me too, which is rare. Shout out to all of the teachers. Shout out to all of the male teachers. Shout out to all the black male teachers. Shout out to all the parents who are acting like they teachers in quarantine, not knowing what they're doing. Have y'all seen this new math that they be trying to teach the kids? What is that? And why did we change the way we do multiplication and division? I don't understand. I could barely do it as a child, and now you done changed it. So my daughter is 14 years old. She'll be 15 June 1st. Is going to be the one who helps the twins get through school now. We cranking these books out, man. Signing these, ask these questions. If it's so safe to reopen, this is from Pamela in Union, South Carolina. If it's so safe to reopen the White House and South Carolina State House, if it's so safe to reopen, why is the White House and South Carolina State House not open for tours? Well, Pamela, you are very witty in that question, and you are so right. It's not safe to reopen. It's not safe to open for tours. We're going to have to get to a point where we understand that good public health is good policy, and people up under each other. I've seen things that are going on, events that are going on where people are ignoring social distancing, and it's all good till you take coronavirus home to your grandma or your children. And so I think that we have to have better leaders. And what I realize is that it's not really that partisan. You have really good leaders in Massachusetts, really good leaders in Maryland on this issue. But you got some Republicans out there who don't believe in science, like Kemp, DeSantis, Trump. And so you see the remnants of their destruction by not believing in science. But that's a really good question. And thank you for your support. And thank you for supporting Jamie Harrison. Thank you so much. Tanya from Anderson, South Carolina. What's going on? The upstate is in the building. Union and Anderson. Tanya from Anderson, South Carolina, is asking, what inspirational quote do you live by? I actually live by a quote from a man from Greenwood, South Carolina. Out of all the men in all the people in the entire world, I live by a quote from a man from Greenwood, South Carolina. His name is Benjamin Elijah Mays. He says, in all things that you do them so well that no man living, dead, or yet to be born can do them better. Think about that. In all things that you do them so well that no man living, dead, or yet to be born can do them better. That's what everywhere I travel throughout the entire world, I quote Benjamin Elijah Mays from Greenwood, South Carolina. Tanya, that's a great question. My mama's here. My mama made it. You are my heart. Love and respect you immeasurably. I wrote a nice personal note for my mama on her book. She got them mailed out to her. So mama, the book is coming to you. I think, Ellen, did you mail that book yet?
Today.
It ain't on the way yet, mama. It's still back there. So it's going out today. And I write a lot about my mom, and you guys will read. Oh goodness, here it is. Anxiety of a Black Man's Superpower. And I talk about my mom's strength and how she's one of the strongest people I know. Chapter 8 in this book. It's a dope chapter, Anxiety, a Black Man's Superpower. And so shout out to Gwen Sellers for joining us on this live. Ray, if you're still around on this with your mama from Memphis, you DM my mama so y'all can connect. Hamilton High School, don't know what class, but she was a Hamilton High School graduate in Funkytown, USA. Teresa Harper, can I personalize it? Teresa even spelled her name. She's from Aiken County. I know Teresa. I love Teresa. I got you, Teresa. Teresa was one of the people who believed in me when I was running for office. I love you, Teresa. She is a true, she loves South Carolina. She represents labor, and she speaks for working people all the time. So shout out to her. Patricia Stewart, ready to read your book. I want to hear what you think about it. Linda Campfield, I live in and love South Carolina. You make us proud. I hope I do. I really do, Linda, and everything that I do, whether or not it's being a husband or father, being an author now, or being on CNN or a lawyer. I hope that I make you proud. Monique Swaggart Good. She trying to get our homegirl Adrian on here. So she done tagged her. I don't know where Adrian is, but she need to come on over here. I believe it's Mary Almond Allen, maybe. If I mispronounce your name, I'm so sorry. I hate when I do that. I really am, because people call me Baraki, Bacardi, all of those things. Bakari, yeah. So I really do apologize. Let me see what you said. Oh, I love your contributions on CNN. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. And I love the platform on CNN. I talk a lot about CNN in this book, some things you know, some things you don't know, and getting that opportunity. John Ramspot, I ordered your book earlier this morning. Look forward to receiving a signed copy. Originally from South Carolina, now live in Atlanta. It's great to hear from a progressive voice. Yes, you came close to having Stacey Abrams be governor, and I'm really sorry because your governor is just not hitting on much. Just added more questions. Let's see. Any recommendations for me as a mother of a mixed race son? Veronica from Massapequa, New York. That's a really good question. One of the things I talk about, especially with my son, you're raising a brown boy in this country. And so I firmly believe in examples. You can't tell a Black kid or Hispanic kid that they can be a Black or Hispanic doctor if they've never seen one. You can't tell them that they can be a lawyer if they've never seen one. So make sure that your kid has really good examples. Veronica, there's just there is a picture that I love, and I want you to hold it up when you're thinking about being an example. A young boy named Jacob Philadelphia was 4 years old, and he was casket sharp, which that's a down south southern means he was fresh to death. And he had on his slacks and a white dress shirt, and he went into the Oval Office, and he got a chance to ask the president one question. And he said, "Does your hair feel like mine?" And Barack Obama leaned over, and this young boy reached up and touched his head, and they snapped a picture. And so that picture meant so much because it represented that little brown boys around the world could be leader of the free world and could reach that level of success. And so I hope you read this book so you understand the plight of Black masculinity and what it's like in this country. I hope your sons read this book, and I hope that I can always be there as an example for your boys. That's a really, really good question, Veronica, and you are in my prayers. Let's see what else we got here. Morehouse class of 1966. What year was your daddy?
61.
61.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I don't know. Yeah, that's right. Because Dr. Massey was 58. Ralph, thank you. I love my dear old Morehouse. You know what they say about us Morehouse men. Ralph, you can always tell a Morehouse man, you just can't tell him much. Patricia from Phoenix City, Alabama. Okay, all right. I got a good friend, Charles Barkley from Alabama. He always talks about Alabama. I was just in Alabama with Doug Jones when he won the United States Senate. I took Doug Jones to Seafood Friday at Alabama State University. The man ate so much fried seafood, he almost fell asleep. He almost missed the rest of his events. Can you add some insight as to why some people continue to trust this president? I cannot. I do not know the answer to that. I honestly don't think that people trust him. Well, a few do. I think that people are willing to set aside bigotry, racism, xenophobia, ignorance. The list goes on and on and on, so that they can reap some personal benefit, whether or not it's the stock market. He's conned. I mean, it's the biggest con in the history of the world, I believe. He's made working class Americans believe that he speaks for them, which is weird. And the phenomenon of Donald Trump is something that will be written about for a long period of time, but I do believe that it has a lot to do with the underbellies of systemic injustice and racism we have in this country. Craig from Columbia, South Carolina. I know you, Craig, talking about I work with you around the State House and don't hang out with Leander too much. Gator. We got a friend. How many of y'all got a friend named Gator? That's how you know if you're really from the South. Blake Rice. Boy, oh, Rashad and Blake joined. Rashad was an amazing athlete, man. Rashad, you know how you got those athletes that are legendary from your hometown. Rashad Brent was an amazing athlete. Played quarterback, point guard. Second best boxer in his family, though. You know that. Blake Rice, his form was broke, but his jump shot was wet. Shout out to Blake Rice, man. I love you both so very much. Let's see. All right. Yolanda from Tiga K. I hope you're back in, Yolanda. I'm sorry if we went out. One of the babies is crying too. Look at that, man. We got everything going on. This is what happens when you're doing live from the Sellers residence. Haha. What's your opinion of the way New York City, New Jersey, Philadelphia are handling the virus versus the southern states? Man, I think they got it right. It's different though. Let me just say it is different, Yolanda, because of the density of New York, of the density of Philly, the density of Connecticut. It's different than the rural aspect and the rural nature of the South. And so, although I am pleased with the way they're handling it, I think that in this case, it's okay to have different solutions for the way that you are going about handling this crisis. So that's my response to that. Thank you for your question from Tiga K. Sheila Washington from Columbia, South Carolina. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, Sheila. That means so much to me. We're reloading some more questions over there. Yo-Yo Lozano. Yo-Yo Lozano is trying to get her friend Nikki Sumter in. We still talking about my homeboy Gator. Steve Venaria, shout out Steve. James Stahl telling me to run for office again. We will one day soon. We still signing these books, autographing them. Father's Day coming up, man. Y'all make sure y'all order something for Father's Day. My dad has not read the book yet. My mom has not read the book yet. My sister and brother have not read the book yet. My wife read the book 2 nights ago.
It's wonderful.
So, as I told my sister last night, I don't know what type of looks I'm gonna be getting at Thanksgiving. And my sister said she don't even know if I'm gonna be invited to Thanksgiving. So Stephanie Rochelle Bonaparte Boyd, what's happening? Don't forget. The babies are hollering. So my book signer assistant is leaving me. Don't forget to order from Live Signing, the premier signing company in the world. Oh, Sadie coming over here. You okay? Come say hey real quick, Sadie. Sadie just waking up from her nap. And so she's doing pretty good. She's not trying to hang out with y'all. I don't know what y'all did to Sadie, but she's not trying to hang out with y'all. Stephanie Rochelle Bonaparte Boyd. Hello. You have a beautiful family in your Abby. Barbara Cook, we are back. Stephen, I'm going to always keep fighting for us. You have my heart and my promise that I'm going to fight for us, always us. We may not always agree on how we get there, but trust and believe that I do want to get there. Shout out to all these people who are helping me at a live signing, at Premiere. If y'all got more questions, pump them through so we can ask. So it's just us. So we here. If you got any more questions to go through live signing, Kimberly Miller, thank you for your truth order just made. Thank you so much. This is so dope that I get a chance to thank y'all in person. GLO Love, I hope I pronounced that right, from New Jersey. What's happening? Please stay safe, healthy. Wishing the best for you and your family. I'm happy. I'm really happy that all of y'all are able to be with me on this big day. It's such a big day for me as we sign. How do you order the book? Mario Turner is right above you. Just click on that link, premiercollectibles.com/vanishing. Deanna, I am gonna run for office. Michelle Austin, what's happening, homie? Long time no see. Let me know when I need to call in the radio station to talk about my Vanishing Country. You know, I want to. Chance LeBron, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. It's amazing. All of you all are joining me on this big day. For me, we're going to make this a bestseller. We're going to tell our story. We're going to have amazing people who are able to pick up this book and look and see their reflection. We're telling our truth. Nikki Sumter said, what's going on up in here? We having fun, Nikki. That's what we're doing. That's what's going on. We're having a live book signing. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Blake Rice is in here. That's my boy, for real. I love Blake. Blake was a hell of a basketball player. Always had a good head on his shoulders. John Ramspot, will you consider running for governor in South Carolina? Always, John. If it is an opportunity that I can win, I think so, but I think you're gonna have some good people running next go round. I expect people like Steve Benjamin maybe to think about it. Victor Dura, actually. I'm gonna be in Spartanburg. Hey, post when I'm gonna be in Spartanburg, Victor. So we had that, but it's a superb read. Thank you for that. Renee Joy Johnson Potts. When did you know you wanted to be in politics? I was kind of born into it. My mom and father were always into politics. I was the little Jesse Jackson baby. There are a lot of pictures of me with Jesse on the trail. It's something my parents would always say, that we could do anything in the world, just be a change agent. And so I wanted to make sure that I was a change agent, and politics is the way that I chose to do it. So thank you for that question. Thank you so much. Do I think Kamala Harris will be VP? I hope so. I really hope so, but we'll see. I'm rocking with Joe Biden until the wheels fall off. I just hope he makes a good choice. Hello, my mother was at State College the same time as your father. She has a book coming out about her abuse she endured at State College. I would like to share the book with you and your father. Tell your mother that we stand on her shoulders. Great idea. Definitely get a copy for Mother's Day. Sandra Armstrong loves the facial hair. I do too. It's a good look. Make sure that you go to the link above you guys and order these books that I am signing right now. Get yourself a copy, autographed copy. Michelle's ordering. Thank you so much. Do I want to get rid of the Electoral College? I do not. I disagree with a lot of my peers on that. If you get rid of the Electoral College, why would anybody ever come to South Carolina? Why would anybody ever come to, different parts or swing states that matter? You would only play in large states. And the Electoral College was good enough to elect a tall, skinny guy with a funny name named Barack Hussein Obama. Also know that the Electoral College was founded in racism. But if you can create a better system, let me know. But I'm not just going to just go into the unknown. Bryce Ritchie, thank you so much. Vickle Darby, what's happening? Thank you. Brian Pays, thank you so much. Sharon Gibbons, what was the most difficult chapter for you to write? Probably the chapter about the birth of Sadie and Stokely and my wife. And so that was the most difficult chapter. I hope you guys read that. That afterward was tough to write a lot about Sadie and Stokely and that. And my anxiety was a tough chapter to write. It's a true book. But I got it, baby. Since Sadie don't want to be over here with us, I got it. How's she doing? Okay. Deanna Miller, we take your help all the time. Barbara Cook, thank you. It is an historic day. Nikki Sumter, you don't have to look it up. The book is right here. My Vanishing Country. Click on the link up there. We got you. We got you. I'm always keep doing my thing. Well, I'll be coming to Boston soon, of course. I'm definitely coming to Boston soon, so check it out. I'm gonna do more Facebook Lives. I'm not hosting Viewpoint anymore. Maggie Hammer. Sorry, Maggie. Thank you so much for just taking thank you all for just taking a little bit of time out of your day and watching these sign books and asking questions. That means so much to me. I'm really grateful for that. This is an awesome opportunity for me, especially during the coronavirus, where we can sit here and chat and talk about all these different things. Tony Snell, thank you. Terry Mobley, thank you. June 16th, I'm in Spartanburg. Mario Turner, thank you for ordering. Steve, thank you. Terry Mobley, I love my twins as well. Thank you so much. Brandon, we love our barbers, man. So, I'm just gonna wait. Marilyn Sumter, thank you. I'm gonna do more Facebook Lives. I remember I came to St. Pete. Chiquita Clark, thank you. Patrick Jacob, I'm gonna be down in Little Rock soon. Actually, I'm already booked to be in Little Rock next February, I think. Please order this book. Oh, Philadelphia, I'll be there. I'm coming to Uncle Bobby's as soon as I can, Ross. Thank you for your support. Let's see. It ain't even let me pull up. There's so many of y'all. Hi from Canada. I love Canada. Marsha, thank you so much. Keep me in your prayers. Keep our friends and families in your prayers. Because y'all are all here, I'm going to read my acknowledgments. And I hope that after we read these acknowledgments, it's just one page. You guys can go out and purchase this book. The acknowledgments. My Vanishing Country is a true labor of love for me, and it could not have been done without the support, encouragement, and faith of so many people. It will be impossible to name them all, though I must start with my kin. I do not have a large family, but my mother and father are my heroes, my true North Stars. They did whatever necessary to ensure I had the tools growing up to reach my greatest aspirations. Nosizwe and Lumumba, my sister and brother, have always been there for me, even as we try to navigate the expectations of life and simply make our parents proud. Although they are gone, I owe great thanks to my grandparents for giving me so much through the ministry, military, business, and classroom. Their lessons of service to community provided me with a playbook on how to give, as well as a reason to stand tall and be proud. I truly believe I'm a child of the movement. For all of those who have sacrificed and bled for the freedoms we have today, this is an ode to you. Friendship is an overused word, but the contributions of Jamil Pop Williams, Pop from Denmark, what's happening? Jared Lodhope, Brandon Childs, Brian Fitch, Jason Mercer, Rob Hewitt, and Anthony Locke cannot be understated. As we go into fathers and husbands, I hope one day you will reach for this book, dust it off a bit, and show your children through these pages how we have all grown from boys to men. I owe a tremendous debt of gratitude to HarperCollins and my team. I knocked on the doors of 20 publishers who I hope would listen to my ideas, but to no avail. However, Tracy Sherrod, Judith Kerr, and Patrick Henry Bass not only took my call, but invited me to come to their office in New York City to sell myself and my story. To Paul Fedorko, Tasha Robinson, and Crystal Johns, who never gave up on me, and through all the frustrations, we have created a book that I hope can impact the lives of many for generations to come. Thank you, Jeff Orvan, for your careful reads. My 4 years at Morehouse College cultivated me into the man I am today. It was Morehouse that placed a crown above my head and challenged me to continue working and growing to one day reach it. Lastly, these are the most emotional sentences of the entire book. Ellen, I love you so much. You are everything and my true partner. You giving me the strength daily to get through life's challenges allowed me to pour my heart on paper. Kai, Stokely, and Sadie, I will give my all every day so that you can be free. Daddy loves you. Today's a dope day. The final words in My Vanishing Country, which I hope you go pick up. Thank you guys for joining me on this. Please pick this up. Please get as many copies as you can. Click the link above for autographed copies. My Vanishing Country in stores today. Thank you and love you all.